Lamine Yamal in trouble? Barcelona's young star faces scrutiny after El Clásico clash. It's been a turbulent few weeks for Barcelona wonderkid Lamine Yamal. The 18-year-old has struggled with injuries, inconsistent form, and now finds himself at the center of controversy following a heated clash with Real Madrid's Dani Carvajal during the first El Clásico of the season. From his joking remarks ahead of the match to the physical altercation on the pitch, Yamal's actions have sparked debates across Spain, even raising concerns for the Spanish national team ahead of the World Cup. Former Barça president Joan Gaspart and other football legends have weighed in, urging patience, guidance, and professionalism. In this video we break down Barcelona's plan to restore Yamal's form, how the club and his agent Jorge Mendes are managing the situation, and what this means for both Barcelona and Spain's national team. Stay tuned. The story of Yamal's redemption could define the rest of his season. Barcelona aiming to restore the form of young attacker amid off-pitch controversies. It hasn't been a great few weeks for Barcelona's star player Lamine Yamal. The youngster has not only struggled with injuries but has also found himself in the thick of speculation regarding his off-the-pitch behavior. The lowest point came on Sunday when Yamal was the subject of hostility from Real Madrid players and the crowd after the attacker had jokingly made a remark on the club heading into the Clásico. Barcelona ended up losing 2-1 in the season's first El Clásico, with Yamal being unable to make any difference. Since returning from international duty in early September with a pubic injury, the 18-year-old has not been at his best. He has missed 5 matches and struggled for rhythm in the ones he has played. Barcelona's plan with Lamine Yamal. But as reported by Diario Sport, Barcelona remain fully confident in the Rocafonda-born prodigy. The club see him as the long-term leader of their project, symbolized by handing him the number 10 shirt. For now, their top priority is helping Yamal recover completely from his lingering pubalgia so that he can return to full fitness and rediscover his decisive form from last season. Internally though, the club was disappointed by his recent comments about Real Madrid, which they felt added fuel to the rivalry and motivated Los Blancos even more. Alongside his agent Jorge Mendes, Barça planned to guide Yamal closely, both to protect him from media scrutiny and to ensure he stays focused on football. At just 18, the club believes Yamal will overcome this challenging spell and once again become a differential player for the Blaugrana. Former Barcelona president Gaspart advises Lamine Yamal and fires back at Carvajal. Joan Gaspart urged patience and humility for Barcelona's young star while harshly criticizing Real Madrid's Carvajal. The fallout from Sunday's heated El Clásico continues to ripple through Spain. Former FC Barcelona president Joan Gaspart has weighed in on the tension surrounding teenage sensation Lamine Yamal and his confrontation with Real Madrid's Dani Carvajal, offering both advice and a few pointed words of his own. Speaking on La Posición, Gaspart began by addressing Yamal's growing spotlight following his pre-match comments comparing Real Madrid to Ibai Llanos' Kings League team, Porcinos. The youngster had joked that Madrid steal and complain, remarks that didn't sit well with some Los Blancos players after the final whistle. Carvajal, in particular, confronted Yamal, sparking the brief altercation that ended the match. He said that given how young Yamal is, mistakes are part of the process, but it was up to the club captains and manager to dole out fatherly advice, and not up to Carvajal. In fact, the former president criticized Carvajal's reaction. Former Barcelona president Joan Gaspart didn't hold back when speaking about the recent clash between Lamine Yamal and Dani Carvajal. He questioned Carvajal's role in lecturing the young player, saying that while Carvajal had been a great footballer, his time has passed. Gaspart argued that Yamal shouldn't feel obligated to apologize for comments that weren't even aimed at Carvajal directly. He also suggested that any tension between the two would likely fade quickly, predicting they would shake hands when they meet with the national team next. On the topic of fitness, Gaspart was equally clear. If Yamal isn't at 100% physically, he should rest and fully recover before playing. There should be no compromises. He stressed that Hansi Flick and the Barcelona dressing room are the right people to guide Yamal during this challenging period, providing support and protection from outside pressure. Gaspart concluded by emphasizing that Barça comes first, and while Yamal is highly talented and widely loved by fans, he must regain their trust and understand the responsibilities that come with being a professional. Even at just 18 years old, he carries the expectations of a player far more experienced. Real Madrid captain's heated moment with Barcelona forward puts national team harmony at risk. According to a recent report from Sport, the heated brawl between Barcelona forward Lamine Yamal and Real Madrid captain Dani Carvajal during the El Clásico has now become a serious concern for Spain's national team coach, Luis de la Fuente. What initially seemed like a typical on-field confrontation has spiraled into an issue that could affect harmony within the national team camp, especially with the FIFA World Cup approaching. The incident began when Carvajal provoked Yamal towards the end of the match, sparking a mass altercation between the two sides. The Real Madrid fullback was identified as the one who initiated the chaos, which quickly escalated as several players joined in. Unfortunately for Yamal, most of the attention and criticism ended up directed at him. Both are important for Spain. Despite his young age, Yamal is one of Luis de la Fuente's most prized assets, and the Spanish coaching staff has closely managed his form throughout the season. The player has struggled to hit his best levels recently, partly due to fatigue and overuse, but remains an indispensable part of both Barcelona and Spain's plans. Notably, adding fuel to the fire were Yamal's recent remarks made in a lighthearted moment during the Kings League, where he commented, "Yes, they steal, they complain, they do things." The statement, perceived by many as a dig at Real Madrid, quickly went viral and angered both the Santiago Bernabéu faithful and some within the national team setup. In response, Carvajal reportedly confronted Yamal on the pitch, saying, "You talk a lot, talk now." The exchange was the spark that led to the physical clash, leaving tensions high between the two Spanish internationals. For Luis de la Fuente, this presents a delicate challenge. Both Yamal and Carvajal are key starters for Spain and crucially, they operate on the same flank. Their chemistry is essential for maintaining balance between attack and defense, making any personal conflict a potential threat to team cohesion. Former Real Madrid midfielder questions Vinicius' behavior during El Clásico. "You're part of a team." Former Real Madrid midfielder Sami Khedira has voiced his opinion on the recent controversy surrounding Vinicius Jr., whose behavior during the El Clásico against Barcelona has drawn heavy criticism both inside and outside Spain. The Brazilian forward's reaction after being substituted by Xabi Alonso in the second half has not gone down well with fans, pundits, or former players, many of whom believe he crossed the line by displaying open frustration towards his coach in front of the Santiago Bernabéu crowd. The forward's visible anger and dismissive gestures upon leaving the pitch were seen as a public show of disrespect towards Alonso. While Real Madrid's management continues to publicly support their manager, discontent over the player's attitude is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Within the club, it is believed that such actions do little to help the unity and discipline that Alonso is trying to instill in the squad. Criticism from Sami Khedira. Now, the criticism has come from former Real Madrid midfielder Sami Khedira, who spent 5 seasons with Los Blancos between 2010 and 2015, winning the Champions League, La Liga, and Copa del Rey during his time at the club. The German made it clear that he disapproved of Vinicius' behavior. He expressed his thoughts in a calm but firm manner, using a relatable analogy to underline the importance of teamwork and respect. "You can get angry with the coach. That's okay. But you always have to remember that you're part of a team. Imagine for a moment that we're playing a paddle tennis match and I come on for you and get angry in such a brutal way. I'll immediately give you a bad feeling." Rodrigo came on. "You can get angry with the coach, but not to this extent or with this body language," said Khedira. The former midfielder's comments echo what many within Real Madrid's inner circle believe, that Vinicius must learn to manage his emotions better if he wants to be considered one of the club's true leaders. Source: Mundo Deportivo. Lamine Yamal is still one of Barcelona's brightest prospects, but recent injuries, off-pitch controversies, and clashes with rivals like Dani Carvajal have tested the young star. With guidance from Hansi Flick, Jorge Mendes, and the Barcelona hierarchy, the club is confident Yamal can regain full fitness, refocus, and reclaim his status as a key player. The next few weeks will be crucial, both for Barcelona's title ambitions and for maintaining harmony within the Spanish national team. Can Yamal overcome this challenging spell and show why he's the future of Barca? Only time will tell. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for all the latest updates on Barcelona, El Clásico, and football transfers.